Bruce Hunter, Associate Executive Director here at AASA. I'd like to talk about the jobs bill that is going through Congress that has received a lot of attention in the press and some in the education press. What we're talking about is a bill by Senator Tom Harkin that is called Keep Our Educators Working. It would provide $23 billion to be distributed to the states through the State Stabilization Fund. That's the same fund that was used to distribute the bulk of the ARA funds last year. Now, unfortunately, as you know, the bulk of the ARA funds, the governors redirected much of that to purposes other than education. One of the things that we're trying to work with Senator Harkin and other senators to do is to ensure that those dollars are not redirected to other purposes this year, but in fact go to save and create jobs in education. Last month, we finished a survey of just over 1,400 superintendents and found that about 85% of them report they're going to be laying people off this coming year. When we extrapolated from the layoffs they provided to the entire universe of school districts, it looks to us conservatively like about 275,000 jobs are going to be lost in education. Well over half of those jobs are teacher jobs. The remainder of those jobs, of course, would be among pupil service professionals, classified staff, and administrators. That's a huge layoff. When we asked Larry Michelle at the Economic Policy Institute what the impact of 275,000 layoffs in education would be, he said that about 30,000 other people in the economy would lose their jobs for every 100,000 jobs lost in education. So in addition to the 275,000 jobs, you have to add about another 80 or 85,000 jobs that would be lost in the larger economy, which is a huge hit on an economy that is just starting to recover. Because of this tremendous hit on the economy and the tremendous hit on education of losing 275,000 people, Senator Tom Harkin from Iowa, a Democrat from Iowa, who chairs the Education Committee, that's the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee in the Senate that authorizes education legislation, and is also a subcommittee chair in appropriations, has produced a bill to provide $23 billion to save those jobs. The House passed a bill in December that had a provision in it for $23 billion worth of jobs in education. The question is, how do you get a bill through the Senate and marry the Senate bill with the House bill? As you know, following the Congress this year, it takes about 60 votes to do anything because you have to break a filibuster. There is a way, technically, that the Senate leadership can do the $23 billion on the supplemental to fund the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. If it's on that supplemental, it's a 50 voter. There's no 60 votes on supplemental. So if Senator Harry Reid, the majority leader in the Senate, will put that bill on the war supplemental, will put the Harkin bill on the war supplemental, we're talking about only needing 50 votes. Then you still have to marry it with the House bill, which isn't impossible. In fact, it's very possible. It looks to us like we're going to know before Memorial Day whether or not the Senate will, in fact, put the Harkin bill as part of the war supplemental and thereby avoid the need for 60 votes. If that happens, the school districts could have funds available to them through the state stabilization funds in the middle of the summer, so that you would be able to crank that into your budgets and save jobs in the coming school year. Now, it's 1 year money or 2 year money, but it is desperately needed. My back of the envelope figuring would be that $23 billion would save about 306,000 jobs if the jobs averaged $50,000 and the benefits for those jobs averaged $25,000. Well, that would, in fact, rescue education from the dramatic cuts that are coming up in the coming year and help stall furthering of the recession. So we urge you, if you get a chance, talk to your members of the Senate about the need to pass Tom Harkin's Keep Our Educators Working bill, to include it in the war supplemental, and to get it conferenced with the bill the House passed in December, so that those dollars can flow in the middle of this school year. The AASA's survey is being used by everybody as the evidence that this is needed. That survey was included in an editorial in the New York Times, that it's covered widely in newspapers everywhere, that we really have generated more press with that one little study than any other study we've ever done. And as you know, if you've been watching, we get greater publicity on each of these economic snapshots we take. So we thank you for filling those surveys out and urge you to press on for the $23 billion. Thank you.